All right, let's dive into one of the most incredible stories from the ancient Persian epic, the Shahnameh. We're going to talk about the myth of Zal and the Simurgh. It's this amazing tale about a prince who was cast out and the mythical bird who saved him. And trust me, this is way more than just an adventure story. It's a deep look into wisdom, what it means to be accepted, and where true guidance really comes from. Okay, this idea right here, this is the key. This single thought is the frame for the entire story we're about to get into. It tells us that this isn't just about one guy's strength. It's about that invisible, nurturing wisdom that helps greatness grow, And it often shows up where you least expect it. So, here's the roadmap for our story today. We're going to follow the life of a child who was rejected just for being different. Then we'll meet the mythical creature who saw his true potential. And finally, we'll see his path back to the human world, armed with a kind of wisdom that was way beyond his years. Okay, let's set the scene. Our story kicks off with a famous Iranian warrior named Sam. This guy is a legend in his own time. Powerful, respected, the whole deal. But he's got this one deep personal sadness. He doesn't have a son to carry on his name. And after years and years of praying, his biggest wish finally comes true. A son is born. But instead of a huge celebration, the palace is filled with shock and fear. The baby, they name him Zal, is born with a full head of hair that's as white as snow. Now, you have to remember, in this world, fitting in meant being safe. So being this different, it was seen as a total disaster.
For Sam, this wasn't just some unique feature. Oh no, to him, it was a mark of shame. He's absolutely terrified of what people will think, that they'll see his son as some kind of demonic child, a bad omen. And in a moment of pure fear and weakness, this great hero, he makes an awful, awful decision.
And this is where you see the two worlds collide, right? Sam's judgment versus the Simurgh's perception. Because Sam, driven by his fear of what everyone will say, orders his newborn son to be taken to the freezing, remote peaks of the Alborz Mountains and just left there to die. So, in this moment, human society basically throws away what it can understand. But just when human judgment completely fails, a much older, wiser force steps in. This is really where one chapter of abandonment ends and a whole new one, an incredible one, begins with a rescue. Way up on those same mountain peaks, the Simurgh, this immense, ancient, all-knowing mythical bird, has her nest. And she hears the cries of a baby. But where Sam saw a demon, the Simurgh sees a child with an incredible destiny. So she swoops down, gently picks him up, and carries him back to her own nest, right alongside her own young.
Now, the Simurgh doesn't just, raise Zal. She educates him. He grows up learning the deep secrets of the earth, the language of animals, and this profound sense of patience. And his white hair, which was once a symbol of shame, it completely transforms. It becomes a mark of his unique upbringing, a sign of a wisdom that nature itself gave him. So years fly by. Zal grows up to be this strong, incredibly knowledgeable young man living up in the mountains. But down below, his father, Sam, is just tormented by guilt. That one decision he made out of fear has haunted him every single day since. Then, one night, Sam has this incredibly powerful, prophetic dream. He sees a vision of a young man with pure white hair. And this young man, he isn't some outcast or a monster. No way. He's sitting on a grand throne, looking regal and powerful. And there's this divine glow all around him, a clear sign of his greatness. When Sam tells his advisors about the dream, they confirm it. His son is alive, and he is destined for glory. So Sam's journey to the mountain, it becomes so much more than a search party. It's a pilgrimage. It's about atonement. He has to physically climb that mountain to get over the mountain of guilt inside himself, all just to beg for forgiveness from the child he literally threw away. Sam finds Zal and he begs him for forgiveness. It's this powerful reunion. But it's also bittersweet. It means Zal has to leave the only home and the only mother he's ever known to finally take his place in the human world. And this moment, this is just brilliant. It teaches one of the myth's deepest lessons. The Simurgh gives Zal one single golden feather. It's not a tool for everyday problems, it's for a moment of absolute crisis. See, true guidance isn't about someone constantly fixing things for you. It's about being empowered with knowledge and knowing that help is there only when you are truly, truly desperate.
So, what can we take away from this incredible story? Well, for one, that the things that make us different can actually be the source of our greatest strength. That the family we find can be just as powerful, if not more so, than the family we're born into. And maybe most important of all, that it's never too late to face our own fears and judgments and seek redemption. And all of that leaves us with a final thought to chew on. Zal, the abandoned child with the white hair, goes on to become a wise and just king, and the father of Iran's greatest hero of all, Rostam. His story is just this timeless reminder that sometimes our greatest strengths and our most powerful legacies come from the very things that once made us outcasts.